Hello, this is Royce Thompson again with Mix Corporation, and in this little video we're going to cover cleaning the articulator and the importance behind cleaning the articulator. And so I'm kind of a messy person anyway, so I kind of messed this one up. I know it's not quite like what you guys see, but hopefully it'll help us get our ideas across and things that way. So, but what we can do when we go to clean the articulator, we simply have some simple things are laying around to use, and that's Q-tips. We use rubbing alcohol, and I've got some silicone here, which you can use either Vaseline or silicone, we're going to use that and show you a little tip that we talk about even in the manual that can help you make it easier to get the plaster net off your articulator without damaging the articulator. Okay, what we're going to do is take our Q-tip, we're going to dip it in the alcohol. We're actually going to come in on the upper, and you'll see we've got the two dimples that are in here. We want to make sure we clean them well, along with this front area in front of the magnet, because if you look at your mounting plates, there's actually two posts along with a little round dimple that'll set on there, and what that's to do is to create that plane for that plate to set, so you have no rock, nothing happening there, no interference. So it's really important to keep them areas clean, so you can actually keep one side, the dry side. Hopefully the liquid side will come in and clean that off, and so that'll take care of your mounting plate surface. And then you're going to do the same thing as we go into the lower. We can come in here, we're going to come in, try to get this plaster out of here. You can see I really caked it down in there, and you'll see even down in that bottom, there's some in the very bottom. If you push, you may not clean it all out, but what you're doing is you're cleaning the actual taper edge where the mounting plate's going to set in there, and that'll take care of that. So we're actually going to get down in there and really try to make sure we have nothing in on that taper and get it nice and clean. Once we have that done, then we've got all the hard particles out. The other thing we need to do, obviously, is I made a mess here, and you can see with the powder coated surface, it actually makes it really easy to remove. You can see just by using my thumb, I can remove a lot of that. I can use my fingernail a little bit, and you can clean a lot of that surface off. So what we see and when these units are out in the field is that people like to use steam cleaners to clean the articulators. And the thing I don't think they realize is when you're using a steam cleaner, you can apply a lot of heat and a lot of pressure to your articulator surface. So in doing that, you get thermal expansion. Your material underneath the coating is wanting to expand due to the heat. And once it does that, the coating on top can expand with it. So once it goes through that expand and retract, you can actually cause cracking in the surface of your coating, and that's going to start allowing things to get in underneath that surface and actually start allowing things to pop up and starting to remove your coating, causing issues in the look of your articulator, but also can cause some issues with the accuracy of your articulator as well. So we really want to try to express as much as we can to try to stay away from the steam cleaning and just use a mild soap and water. And there again, we chose the powder coating surface so it'd be a little more easy to remove some of this. Now we will go into some steps that we do here that will actually help you in removing this much easier as your articulator gets older, surfaces get a little bit rougher, and so we're going to show you a neat little trick we have in order to help you do that. Now while you're in and cleaning, you can also take your alcohol, and in the latch area you can come in and clean different areas in here to try to get some of the gypsum and that has gotten down into your latch area. So it's a good idea if you see things in there, just go in there with that alcohol and Q-tip and go in and kind of wipe and clean that area out as well. Once you do that, you can remove the upper and come into your medials and clean your medials as well. Any plaster or anything that might be in there gives you a chance to take care of that. The alcohol won't hurt any of the surface there. Another issue in the medial is you'll see a little small hole in there, and what that hole does, that's where your centric latch comes through. So in using the gypsum, and sometimes you can get plaster up in the faucets and that, and you may end up with some down in there. And so use your Q-tip, get down in there, clean that out as well. If you have a paper clip, it isn't going to hurt to take a paper clip and kind of, if you see an edge there that doesn't want to come, use that paper clip, kind of knock that loose, use a little bit of air, tip it over, tap on it, you know, do what you can to get that out of there. You can even move the latch then back and forth in that position to help push and move any material that might be inside there. What that's going to do is give you a lot better contact surface at the condyle and make sure you're actually locating and setting back in centric. So them are some of the key points in cleaning the articulator. I'm going to lay this down and kind of clean the bottom just a little bit better, because I've got a rag here and I made a big mess out of it, so I'm going to wipe some of this, and you can see how quick and easy it is to wipe a lot of that out of the way. Now the other thing is in the bottom of this you can see where a little bit of plaster's in the very bottom tip of that. It doesn't affect your mounts, but if you're picky like me, you'd probably want to go in there and take a little Q-tip or a little paper clip, and you can actually clean that out of down there as well. But it is not, as long as your V-tapers here are clean, you're set for your mounting plates and you're good to go. So once that's done, there's some things you can do. I talked about simpler ways to make it easier to clean your articulator, and that's why we have the silicone. And you can use silicone, again, you can use Vaseline. It's just, all we're going to do is we're going to use this as a polish just like you would on your car, and we can put it on that surface and we can rub that around, and we can take a rag, no different than you would polishing your car when you're or waxing your car or waxing your boots, things that direction. And you can, what it does is applies a thin film of petroleum on that surface. And what it does, it makes it a lot more difficult for some of the products that you're using to stick to that surface. Now there again, depending on how clean or how sloppy, if you're messy like I am, you may want to actually apply that in any areas of the articulator that you might get gypsum product onto. So it's at your discretion and where you're seeing issues. If you're having issues in certain areas of the articulator, it's harder to clean it, then that'd be an area where I would make sure every time when you put the petroleum product on that you would actually put it in that area or your silicone. So again, I just want to express how important it is to keep your articulators clean, both for your accuracy and for the longevity of your instrument. It's a very nice instrument, and the better care you take care of it, the longer it will last for you. So other than that, we would at Whip Mix would like to wish you a good day, and thank you very much for watching the video.